Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make your own bias using the continuous method. Let's go. The first thing you want to do is get yourself a squared piece of the fabric you want to create the bias out of. It could be any measurement, 12 by 12, 14 by 14, etc. Then draw a diagonal line from one corner to the next. Go ahead and cut along that diagonal line to give yourself two equal triangular pieces. Take the adjacent side of one of your triangles and line it up with the other adjacent side of the other triangle, and you should end up with a shape like this. Take it to your machine and run a stitch along that edge. Once you've created your stitch, you need to press out that seam. So just take it, you can place it on one of your cushions, take your heater and press out that seam nicely. Once you've pressed out your seam, leave your piece wrong side facing up, and let's draw lines from one long edge to the next long edge. Line your ruler edge up with the fabric and draw out your line. Now I'm going to make mine 1 inch in width. What you want to do as a beginner, even as an intermediate, if you want to make things easy for yourself, you can go 2 inches in width. So just go ahead and draw your lines from one long side to the next long side. Once you have your lines, turn your fabric right side facing up. Take one edge and line it up with the opposite corner. Take the other end and line it up with the opposite corner. You should remain with something looking like this. Now here's the little tricky part. What you want to do is hold on to your edges and pull on them until the lines are not connected anymore. So just like how you see I have them spaced out from each other, you want to do that. Here's an easier tip to know when you're doing it correctly. Pull your ends out until that first line is all the way out and it's not going to be part of the stitch seam. So let that line be all the way out like a tail. Do it for the both sides. Once you've done that, take your pins and just pin your two edges together, keeping in mind to keep that tail at the end on each side. It is very important that that first line is not part of your seam. Okay, you don't want to stitch that last line. It's very important. Once you have that, take it to your machine. Now that your stitch is in order, you want to press open the seams of that stitch you just created. So take your iron and press open your seams, making sure it's nice and pressed, because again, this is going to be very important. Once your seams are nicely pressed open, the next thing you want to do is start cutting. So take your scissors and start on either end. Right by that tail I told you guys, make sure the line is not stitched, and start cutting along your markings and just keep rolling, going with the cuts. You're going to do this until you reach all the way to the other ends. And there it is, a quick and easy way to make your very own continuous bias. It's going to come in handy for those projects. So guys, I hope this was helpful, and until next time, deuces.